Hello, and welcome back to the Fulbright Roadmap, 7 steps to your best application and your best statements for your Fulbright grant application. My name is Leah Rogstad, and I was a Spain study Fulbright grantee in the 2021-2022 cycle. And I created this guide for Fulbright applicants to make the process very easy to follow. And so in my Fulbright Roadmap, you'll have a comprehensive 7-step guide with guided checklists, revisions, brainstorming, and a real clear process to write your best application. Today, we're going to talk about step 2 of the guide, which is your application plan. This is after you have chosen your grant country and also chosen the type of grant that you would like to pursue, whether that's English teaching, research, or study. And once you've done that, you're going to be thinking about some big questions to plan out what you need to do during your application. Number one, you want to make sure that you know all deadlines that are a part of the Fulbright process. So that can include the national Fulbright deadline, which is normally in early October. But also, if you are currently in college or if you feel comfortable with your alma mater, you can apply with your university. And the advantages of doing this is that if you apply with your university, your normally grant coordinator at your university will give you a little bit of support in the application process. And they will also review your application before the national deadline and give you some feedback. And then in turn, write kind of a letter of support that goes along with your application. So it can help create a bit more of a compelling application. This is not required for Fulbright grants, but it is a way to, again, have another letter of support and get some feedback. The thing about this, though, is if you are going to apply with your university, they will often have earlier deadlines, often in late August or September, for turning in your statements. So you want to be aware of them so you're ready to turn in those rough drafts for your university on time. Number two, with your application plan, you're really starting to strategize who are your letter of recommendation people going to be. If you're doing a research or study grant, you might need a letter of affiliation. So you want to start thinking about universities in your host country that you can contact where you can get that affiliate letter. Number three, are there any kinds of certifications or language requirements that you're going to need to obtain in order to apply for this grant? And lastly, if you're a study grantee or someone going for a degree granting program, your host university in your host country may have a different deadline for their degree granting program that you must apply for separately from the Fulbright grant. So make sure to keep all of those things in mind because that was actually almost a mistake I made on my grant application. The Fulbright grant was due, I think, at the early October, but my master's program that I was applying for had an earlier deadline before that, and I almost missed it. Luckily, was able to get it in, so I don't want that to happen to you in the future. So again, going back to recommenders, you want to look at the Fulbright website and also your degree or your grant host country's requirements for what types of recommenders you are looking for. But this is a great time in the summer to reach out to your recommenders. They could be previous professors. If you've been out of college for a while, it might be a supervisor. But generally, you want to have at least one academic recommendation and then maybe a supervisor or another academic recommendation. And for English teaching assistants, often I believe the Fulbright website says that they actually like to have someone who's outside of your academic sphere so they understand more how you interact in the community. So again, those are the things that you want to start thinking about so you can plan out your deadlines. The national deadline, if you're applying with your university, any deadlines with your university, and if you're in a study or research granting program, you want to make sure you are aware of any special certifications or any deadlines within your host university. All right, that is it for now. If you would like even more information on how to get through this multi-month Fulbright process, click the link below for a free checklist. And you can also access my Fulbright Roadmap guide down there if you would like a comprehensive roadmap to writing your best application full of lots of different goodies from revisions, brainstorming, guided ideas, and click subscribe to get my next video on the 7-step process. All right, thanks.